Welcome to the first episode of the Business Spa, where we will be interviewing Kierra Mitchner, the owner of Ello Puppet. Stay tuned. Hello, everyone. My name is Anika Carter, and I am the founder and president of the Curated Equal Foundation. I am also the host of the new YouTube channel, The Business Spa. And today we have the honor of chatting with Kierra Mitchner, the owner and founder of Ello Puppet. Ello Puppet is a baby goods and diaper brand that I recently discovered, and I was able to purchase one of their items, their baby shower bundle, for a friend of mine who absolutely just raved about it. But then as I got on the phone and got to talk to the owner here, I just learned that the brand was about so much more. It's about advocacy and enriching our communities. And so I am so excited to have you here today. Thank you so much for being my very first YouTube interview. So thank you so much for being here. I would love to just start off with you telling us a little bit about your business and how Ello Puppet was born.
Yes. Thank you for the warm introduction, and thank you so much for that kind gesture. It was much needed and much appreciated. And I'm glad to be here, and I'm glad to be the first. So, Ello Puppet started from a mission first before the product even came to mind. In a just particular situation when the pandemic first arose was back in 2020. And I was working at Verizon, and I was working in the office, and it was a time where they decided that, we're all going to just be working from home until we understand what this virus actually is. And so, on my way to go pick up my daughter, I'm just like, I'm stoked because, I'm like, oh, I get to save money. On top of that, my daughter gets to be with me instead of, well-paid stranger. Well, not well-paid, but just, educated professionals, strangers, if you will. So that way we're bonding. And so when I went to go pick her up, it wasn't her classroom teacher, but a teacher was, they sparked up a conversation. They asked like, well, what should we do? And I, my mind, I'm just like, like go home, go, And so when I said that, they were like, well, if we don't work, we don't get paid. Mm-hmm. And that was very alarming to me, because I was very appreciative of those professionals. And, me being a single mom, just, they kept my daughter they helped me keep my daughter on the right track. And, she even started kindergarten reading above grade level, right? And things of that nature. So from there, just in 2020, we all learned what tragedies and the disproportionate circumstances that happened to women of color, Black women in general, but just women as a whole. What the pandemic has caused us. So even in childcare is that working class is upheld by 60% women of color. And so you had childcare centers shut down. You had a lot of women out of work, even if they were in a two-parent household. More 9 times out of 10, it was the woman that left the workforce to rear the children and things of that nature. And so I just felt that baby care brands didn't do enough. They didn't advocate enough for these professionals and for the consumers that they serve. And so I just felt like the world may not have needed another diaper brand, but they sure as heck may have needed another consumer brand that advocated and showed appreciation towards women, if that makes sense. That's how
I absolutely did. And that's what really got me when we had our conversation. You started with the mission, and the best way to get there is perhaps these goods and stuff, and that really stuck out to me. So I really love that. And just to read the mission, it says Ello Puppet is on a mission to enrich communities one diaper at a time while providing access to premium quality goods and services. We advocate for equitable healthcare and early education. So, yes, just wonderful, wonderful work. I know that was a reason that you started and reason why you keep going. Another thing I noticed was that my friend was, definitely into reading the ingredients and things. That first of all, she loved the packaging. She's a package girl. She loved the packaging. A lot of people are. Seems to be very good quality products. You seem to be
Yes.
intentional about the people that were included in the bundle. And then she also talked a lot about the ingredients and stuff that were used. So can you just talk a little bit about, how you are intentional about the goods and stuff that you provide?
Sure. So, what I like to brag about our diaper is that our main differentiator is that we have a 7-layer absorbent core, and specifically with this core, it doesn't include trees. So when I say that, I mean the ingredient wood pulp, which is derived from a pine tree that you can find up along the East Coast here. And so they break down that tree in order to make this material called wood pulp that helps absorb the liquid alongside the ingredient SAP, which is a super absorbent polymer. And so we've taken that out. So we like to say that we are a tree free, and also that ingredient is the ingredient where they process the chlorine at as well. So because we naturally don't have that ingredient naturally, we are totally chlorine free. So we are super safe. The diaper is made of hypoallergenic materials, so it's safe for babies with sensitive skin, and it is a high performing diaper as well. So it does meet up to the expectation of some of your brands that have been on the shelves for at least 30 plus years.
Yes, yes. And excuse me. I noticed also the in your baby shower bundle that is you have about 3 or 4 different small businesses that you also support through that bundle. And so,
Absolutely.
yeah, how are you intentional? Like, how do you find these different brands that you like to partner with? And
That's a good question. I like to call it divine intervention. And I'll start with let's see who reached my friend Bessie. So she is the founder and CEO of Baby Bottle Brush Bib Co.
okay,
And she found me first. And we shared our ups and downs, just entering in the space of baby consumer goods. And she was a delight and a joy. She's someone I could lean on and depend on.
ooh,
And then came Sandy. Sandy is the founder and CEO of Baba Lid.
yeah,
And Sandy found me on Facebook. She actually had started a group for mom inventors in the baby space. And
okay,
so, we quite naturally became good colleagues. I talk to these women now on a regular basis, and we follow up now on a quarterly basis. We have something planned in the future, in the near future. But and then Garner's Garden, I found them on Instagram. I came across them, or I think someone either shared their information with me. And they have an amazing products, right? They've been around for at least 10 years in business up in Maryland.
okay,
They create their products naturally, so they have a warehouse space, and I love them because they also educate the consumer or their audience on the ingredients that should be used or that they're using. And so our motto here at Ello Puppet is it takes a village. So what I
absolutely,
decided to do was create a bundle, right, of the village coming together, and
yeah,
then being able to send that product out to moms that are they're self-conscious about what goes on their baby's skin, but
mm-hmm.
also those moms that also love to support social enterprises or mission-based brands, where we can move the needle forward in some of the inequities that are here in the United States. So it's great that when people buy that bundle, they're supporting for Black owned or minority owned, small owned businesses in one. but hopefully those titles will soon change into household names.
That's right. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So yes. So what about some of the biggest challenges that you faced with your business? I mean, as an entrepreneur, I know
Mhm.
there are many, but what are some of the biggest challenges that you faced?
Some of the biggest challenges were being underfunded. Even though we were able to obtain a business loan, and honestly, it's just me. So a lot of this, I think it's just on me. I came into this business by myself. I didn't have business partners, which I think a few of my other counterparts in the business, even the other black owned diaper brands, they have a team, and
Right,
I think with that they had more capital than I did. And so, that translates into marketing, right? When you don't have that budget,
right.
you have to do things where you have to organically grow and you have to organically build partnerships and whatnot. And then I would say the freight or shipping environment, the
Mm,
landscape. When things happen in the world, our supply chain is affected, which as a small business, it drives our cost up more. And sometimes we even have to like delay production and the timing in which things get here into our possession. And so it's been a challenge, but we've have somewhat mastered the art of partnership and customer service.
yeah,
So we are very um, relatable and hands-on with our communication with our subscribers or
right.
even our followers and whatnot, and they appreciate it. So we're staying in touch with them now, so hopefully we don't lose touch as we grow, and just kind of scale up, and we don't want to really lose that sense of community, if you will.
Oh yes, and I will say that I'm very good on the customer service. There was a question that asked me about gender. I didn't fill out the gender or whatever, so they followed up with me. I didn't answer in time, and then they had already shipped it, and then I answered afterwards. They still sent it afterwards. Like it was just, I love the customer service. I'm just totally impressed and in love with the brand and everything from the mission. You really knowing your stuff, just really all of it. And so I'm glad you mentioned some of the setbacks that you have, not that you have them,
Mhm.
but it helps me get to one thing that we do want to do is it's a way for other people to get involved in what you're doing and, sewing into your mission. And so the Curated Equal Foundation, we are a 501c3 nonprofit organization. And so we are going to do a text to donate link. And so anyone who texts Ello Puppet, ELLOPUPPET, that's one word. And I will repeat it, but it's just a video. People can, rewind or whatever. But it's Ello Puppet, ELLOPUPPT, one word. You text that to the number 53555, and you'll receive a link back from the Curated Equal Foundation. You'll click on the link. You'll get some information about Ello Puppet, and you will be able to donate. All donations are, as I said, tax deductible because we're 501c3. And full transparency, 20% will go to the Curated Equal Foundation so that we can keep on our mission of providing grants and resources for amazing brands just like this. So, one thing I do like to end, I plan to end most of my questions with, I'm very much into not only learning about your business, but really sewing into entrepreneurs because I know we pour into our business, we pour into so much, and so I want to ask you, what are a couple of things, one, two, or three things that you would tell your younger self?
It's a very good question. um I I think first and foremost, number one is keep the faith, right? So that's faith in God and faith in what He told you to do concerning your business. Um, be Learn the art of partnership. So
Mm,
that includes building relationships, um, and then I would say um, Plan for the unknown. I think it's important to just go over those what if scenarios. My background is in finance and accounting,
Oh,
and in some of that framework, and in my profession, we have to think about risk and how to mitigate them, and look into what if scenarios, right? So what if we don't meet this budget, or what
yes.
if we don't meet this time frame? And so I think it's important for my younger self to know that, and just to prepare for this long journey, right? It's not short, it's not quick. It's a marathon and not a race.
That's right. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So, again, and I definitely understand about planning for the unknown. I am a project manager. And so it is kind of my job. I used to think I'm an overthinker, but it works perfectly for
Yes.
project management because you do have to think of what ifs, A through B through C, and so on. So, awesome advice to yourself. Again, thank you so much for being my first interview on here. I really love the mission of your brand. I love that you know your stuff. I love a girl who knows her stuff. And so I love it. I love your partnerships, your intentionality. And again, if anybody would like to sew into this amazing brand, you can text the word Ello Puppet as one word, ELLOPUPPET, to the number 53555, and you'll receive a link back and instructions on how to donate to this amazing brand. And you can just go to ellopuppet.com. Also, if you want to support them, buy some of their goods. I'm telling you that baby shower. I'm out of all of my friends' baby shower time. There was a time that was me. I would have brought one probably like every month.
I
I'm kind of
understand.
out of that phase, but as I get these baby shower invites, that is exactly what they will be getting, that awesome baby shower bundle. So are there any last words you want to leave us with before we end out this interview?
um I think my call to action is just kind of just keep us in your prayers. We've gotten this far, and we've gotten to meet with the buyers at Walmart, and now in October it'll be a Dollar General. So we may not have the revenue, but I think we have the tenacity. We have a great product, and I think the financial backing won't be an issue as well. But we just want a chance, and that would be life changing for our business to get on their shelves or their online platform, so that we can really start to do some tangible things in these communities, underserved communities. And
Yeah.
so, we're ready. I believe we're ready. So I just say I think that's our call to action outside of supporting the brand monetarily, is just keep us in your prayers as we meet with buyers, and convince them like, hey, we can do this.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. And maybe we could collab in the future on some future events. And the Curated Equal
Yes,
Foundation will be doing different types of events for different types of audiences within our community. So I will definitely
absolutely.
reach back out to you. Thank you so much again and have a wonderful, wonderful day.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.